Hi everyone, this is Radul Live, and today we are speaking to Lawrence Olum, footballer, coach, give back, humanitarian, everything. Lawrence, you're based in the States, but right now you're on holiday.
I'm on holiday for right now, so I came back to see the family, see my mom and everybody. So it's such a wonderful time to be out here. So I'm
But
getting
you've
to
been
enjoy
away for a
myself.
long time. How many years?
It's been a while. It's been a while, but I usually come back and forth. So
Kenya is home, huh?
Kenya's home always.
Before we talk about what you're doing now, because I know you coach a club in the States and you've played there for many years, where did you begin as a footballer?
My roots began in Embakasi Pipeline. So this is where I grew up as a kid, and that's where I fell in love with the game. So playing local football was something that I enjoyed, and I ended up going to Chemelil Academy in Kisumu, and you know.
Yeah, Chemelil had an academy.
yeah,
I didn't even know that.
So played there, high school, and then I got lucky enough to leave right after high school and went to the States to play university.
And as they say, the rest is history. You never came back.
No, maybe just to visit.
Yeah, but then what did you find there? Because as much as the States is not a football country in quotes, the facilities, the opportunities, the educational opportunities, that's what you found and took advantage of?
Yeah, I mean, even when I was leaving here, the goal was never to become a pro football player. It
Really?
was no. The idea was to get better education, and I had a chance to get a scholarship. Went to Missouri Baptist University, but like you said, with the facilities and opportunities that presented itself, I found myself working up the ranks in professional soccer or football, and then.
Please don't call it soccer here. But I understand.
Right. So I did that, and up in 2006, I started my professional footballing career. Yeah.
And you've played for several clubs. In
Yes.
which division?
So I started in the second division, which is the USL 1 now, or USL Premier, for Portland Timbers. Played there 2 years, went to Minnesota, which is Minnesota United now, the MLS team. Both teams are in MLS. And made my move to the Major League Soccer in 2010 with Sporting Kansas City.
Don't you find it weird? I just have to say it because you're here. That they don't relegate teams or promote teams. I find that so weird. Because what are you fighting for?
True. I think if you look at it, that league is growing every day. And I think they'll get there. But at the moment right now, they're trying to build their league, you know. It's a league that started only in 1996 with 12 teams. Now they're up to like 30 teams. So I think the relegation will get there at some point.
They have Lionel Messi.
Oh yeah, of course. The pride and joy of MLS right now. So give it about 10 years. It's going to be one of the biggest leagues in the world.
So I want to get into what you do today because you never forget about Kenya. You started your Lawrence Olum Foundation.
Yes.
Tell me about why you started it.
I started
and how it operates.
Okay. I started it as a gap or to a bridge between sports and education, because when I left Kenya, like I said, I never my intention was not to be a pro athlete, but I worked my way out there. It's what education did for me that made me be able to achieve what I did. So trying to bridge the gap between education and sports. So it's like an after-school program where we try to promote kids to come to school. So come to school and then play sports or football in the evening. So if you do that, there's a chance you can do both, and like I said, I'm a living proof of that. So that's the reason why we started the Lawrence Olum Foundation.
Tell me about it. Where do you operate from? What has it been like? You've been operational for how many years?
Since 2019, and then
This is still quite new.
It's been, but officially it's 2019. But it's something that I've been doing since 2010, since I moved there and became a pro. So we're based out of here in Nairobi, and we go. There's no one specific location that we say this is where we are, this is what we do, but anytime we can collaborate with, existing institutions, that's how we operate, because I'm not here right now, but I have people that work here. So it's a matter of people and just finding a way of working together.
What challenges have you faced along the way? I mean, especially in your younger days, before you even got an opportunity to leave the country?
I was lucky enough to say that I just left high school and went there, so I did not, go through a lot that my friends have went through or gone through. For me, it's just been, looking back, my biggest thing has been infrastructure, having opportunities to play. Over time, I've seen it's changed, but not
Still
as
a few
much.
light years
Yeah.
away from where we need to be.
Right, exactly. Because now we have examples we can look at as a country, as an organization. So if we could make those, leaps, not slowly, because if we do it too slow, we'll never catch on to everybody else. And
We've been doing it slowly
too
and
slow.
nothing is happening.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the biggest things we should, that I feel was an hindrance, because when I got there the first time, playing on good fields or grass was something that was like an art to me. That was my own moment, because the lifestyle, the lifestyle in Nairobi is great. You can compare it to anywhere else in this world. But when it comes to the actual facilities, then you see okay, we are way behind.
We still play on soil.
Oh
We
my
still
goodness.
play on rocks. And that's in the top leagues.
Right.
There's a place just up here, I think it's the Met department, have a field where the women play the Women's Premier League.
Right.
Oh! I'm like, this is an injury waiting to happen.
And it shows that we cannot export that. That is not something you can put out on a TV and show people around the world. Are like, oh, this is top class in Kenya. They look at you like, are you sure that's what you want to show? So I think if that was something that we could improve on today, it will take our game to a different level, because I think the game right now is played at a stage where the ball has to bounce the way you want it to. And that's where players show their skill, show what they can do, and if the field is not good, you can't
The players
show.
can get better.
You're right, and you cannot show what you actually can do. So, so that's one of the things that I think.
Does it frustrate you when you look at Kenyan football? And I'm sure in your program, I'm sure you watch games when you come here. The very young have so much talent. At school level, there's so much talent. But for some reason, we can't get our act together to take it to the next level. It frustrates me, and I'm not even a footballer,
You're right. I mean, for me, it denies the younger generation of what other people are getting in other countries. For example, I went to Nicaragua, which is a small country, maybe the size of Kisumu. But their top leagues and their teams where they play, their national teams, Kenya has tons of things, but not even, for example, a decent field where the national team can train every day and know this is their field. It's something that we're lacking, and it's the truth. We can't hide behind it. Other smaller countries are doing it better, and that's why they are where they are in the rankings of the world and everything.
And away from facilities to how the teams are managed and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to get political. That's my job.
Right.
I don't care I don't fear anyone. So, but how leagues are managed, how teams are managed, how players are managed. In this day and age, we still have players who are not being paid. They've not been, things that should be basic. I'm sure for you, playing in the States, you don't even think of, we're gonna go slow.
No, never.
South Africa accounts.
No. I mean, those are the luxuries that those, countries are having.
Which shouldn't be a luxury, should be basic.
Yeah, exactly. So, if everything is run the way it should be, then no player should be, asking why they haven't got paid. I think we at a place where right now, if the management of a team does its job, the product on the field will get better, can only get better if everything is done right. And that's why, in the MLS, in 25 years, they've had 25 new teams with immaculate facilities because it's a business, you know. Soccer is a
Tell the
business.
Kenyans.
Football
It's
is
a
a
business.
business. It's not something you engage for passion or no. Passion has to be there, but at the end of the day, what drives it is the business, and that's how players get better and clubs get better.
You are one of the few people, you've managed to play, I'm not saying you're old, trust me, I'm older than you, but you've managed to play beyond average years.
Yes.
I mean, now, you're not playing now.
No,
now you're
I'm
coaching.
coaching now. Yeah.
But you still played, because here I see people by 32, 33, because of injuries that
Right.
have not healed properly, because of poor nutritional advice, stress, whatever it is, you're hustling on the side.
Right.
But you've managed to maintain your physical and mental
Yeah.
status to play longer than most people. Is there a secret to that, or it's just self-discipline? What is it?
It's actually some of it.
Combination.
Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Mm.
You know, when this is something that is, for example, to be an athlete, that is your job.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to stay longer at your job, even in anything. You know, you want to get paid more. So you take care of yourself. You know, what you call it, sleep well.
Eat well.
Everything that would make you.
Stop partying till dawn. Wachana na shisha.
Yeah, even if you do, but you always have to take care of yourself. You know.
But I feel here it's not through a lack of want.
No.
You know, as you keep saying, you were privileged or honored or lucky, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you also had to put in the hard work. But for me, it frustrates me because it's not that they don't want to. It's that a good diet is not cheap. You know,
It's not.
Eating ugali and skuma daily.
Right.
My physique is not going to remain at the top. I can't afford gym membership.
Right.
You know.
I mean, even the surfaces that you play on, those are injuries sometimes. And
Yeah,
then,
waiting to happen.
right, the lack of, I don't want to say there's no, what you call it, physio or doctors here that can take care of it, but there's, for example,
Clubs can afford it.
I'll give you an example that on a team of 25 players, we had medical staff of about seven guys, just medical. So at one point, even if there's 5 people injured, there's 5 people to take care of one player. So all those things come in effect, and you know, I think it's time we, as Kenya as a country, we should step up our game.
What are your dreams for Kenyan football? I mean, I know I asked me this and they're like, okay, I'm still playing. Let me play first. But I'm sure by the time you're starting a foundation, you come back, you give back, even without the foundation. There are a lot of people who do stuff. Do you have any big dreams of ever coming back to Kenya, having an impact in our game?
Oh, of course, every day.
Or a management level?
No, like, right, I used to be a player.
So that sounds bad, but yeah, I know
it is
what
true.
you mean.
But now, I used to think as a player, but now I'm thinking as a coach. And like I said before, I'm preparing myself for the next step. If it is management, I have to get myself ready for that one. So this is why I get to practice, because even coaching is a craft that you have to practice.
Yeah.
So for those opportunities to present themselves, you have to be ready. And for now, you know, my ambition is to coach at the highest level. If the time comes when you come back and coach in Kenya and can put out a good product that we can show out to the world, because now, not now, but football is a global thing. So we cannot only think in Africa. We want to show our game and take our game to where they can watch the games in South America, because everybody wants the next best player, you know. And I think we have the talent. If it's
we could have them if we put in the work.
If we put in the work, then we have something that we can show for. So
you played on and off for Harambee Stars. Any reason why you were not a consistent call-up? Those are
those are things that you know. One thing I did learn as not growing, but playing there is you can only control the controllables, and those call-ups were out of my control. Every day I looked back and said, like, I'm playing every day, at one of the best leagues in the world. Why is it not happening consistently? And I realized I couldn't do anything about it, but I kept on doing my game, and that's why I played as long as I did, and had as many achievements that I had. And it's just the way.
For us, and not to me, I have domain. I know what we used to say. A lot of our coaches just remove a little black book and just tick off the little black book.
Right.
Instead of actually looking at your performance. I think it has improved. At least I see coaches going to watch players who play out of the country, but I still think we have an issue in how we select a lot of our national teams, not just the Harambee Stars, even Harambee Starlets, even other sports.
Right.
I think we could do better.
I think that's one of the key things because I remember back in the day, playing for the national team was a big thing. It was an honor to be called up. Nowadays, it's like, if they call me, they call me. If they don't, my life moves on.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is look at all the big time players, they want to play for their national teams.
It's the ultimate.
It's the ultimate thing you want to do, because playing at the World Cup level is the biggest, it's the biggest stage, and who would not want to play at the biggest stage in the world?
We still need to get to AFCON. We still need to consistently win Sakafa.
Right. So
or Chan, and stop getting banned and stuff.
Exactly. So, everybody needs to play their part, and especially at the management level, that's where a lot of things can be changed, and I think it should happen. It will happen at some point.
What challenges have you faced playing in the United States? Because yes, I guess they pay you and you're consistently playing football, but it's a different country, it's a different culture. You're away from family, know?
And those are the things that footballers don't always think about, when you're away from your country. You're away from, because that job is stressful. When you go a couple of games without winning, the managers start getting on your case. We forget, most people come back home and they have their parents, whoever significant others next to them, that's some type of conflict. So, but when you're out there by yourself, you are your everything. So that's one of the biggest.
System
it's
just not there.
And that's one of the biggest challenges, I had when I started my career. So
the food is different. There's no kuon.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
How about you carry it when you're going back?
But it's funny enough. But when you're out there, you find a way. You find a way of, and then the Kenyan community out there was big. So once in a while, you get together with your friends and kind of.
I saw you at the Camp Toyoyo tournament.
Yes.
I was supposed to come, but I'm supposed to come every year, and then I say next year, because those are all my Kina Odipo. Those are all my pals.
You're right. It's a great initiative that brings Kenyans in the States together. For whatever it is, the competition, but more of it is for the camaraderie, and you get to see people you haven't seen in years, and it's an opportunity which I think they're doing a wonderful job out there. So,
are you involved in their program at all? Because I know they were also trying to scout for players and get them into colleges and universities in the United States.
Yes, I'm lucky enough to have been at the initial stages of when it started and how it started, and the guys running it, I can say, good, close friends of mine. So it's all about working together. They have something, I have something. At the end of the day, the goal is to promote this game within our, our community, which is Kenya. So anytime they have an opportunity, I have some, we always get together and talk about it and see how we can help each other.
Who can help where?
Right.
Right now, you're coaching which team?
I coach in St. Charles FC, which is in St. Louis, Missouri, which is a USL. I want to say it's the 4th division, but it's where I started. And like I said, it's a craft. It's a craft I'm practicing. So hopefully, there's a next step for me too.
And one day you'll come and coach Harambee Stars.
That's the dream. That's the dream. So
you can never rule it out.
Oh, never. Especially with the way things worked out for me, I can never rule out anything. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you,
Lawrence.
Thank you.
Today I was introducing Lawrence Olum to you. Those of you who don't know him, these guys were like, he sounds familiar. Yeah. Well, now you know.
Yes.
So I just want to wish you the best in everything, and thank you for coming on Radul Live. And seeing what we can do for football in this country, man. It hurts me when I see so much talent going nowhere.
Correct.
But there's so many former footballers who are trying to get involved.
Yeah, I mean,
and change the game and do it right.
we're working together. I think everybody does their little one. We will get there eventually.
And I think your experience, having been in the States for so many years, that is the experience we need.
Hey, anytime they need me, I'm available.
I have his number. Who wants it? I'm selling it cheap. Beyajioni. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you
so much for coming on Radul Live.
Thank you for having me.
I want you to. I have a ball. Where's my ball? I want you to sign it and kick it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where's my marker? Huh? My marker is no. It's in my pocket. Ow! Did you just? So he's gonna sign this ball. I keep collecting. This is ball number 2. Ball number 1 got full.
Okay.
Who is this? David Magoma. Magoma.
Who do I know?
Okay, that's Kibera Interbase. Most of them are on the other. Kina Wanyama, and they're all on the other one. Musa signed this one. No, he signed the other one. So this is a new ball that started. I'm collecting signatures, then I go to eBay. Nipata pesa uko.
That's me right there. I put my name.
Yeah, right. In case
There
you
you go.
can't. Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
thanks
much.
for coming on Radul Live. And thank you guys for watching. Follow him on Instagram. Keep an eye on his career. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
It's all about networking and seeing what I can get from you, what you can get from me for the good of the game.
For the good of the game.
For the good of the game.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.